Next up, a look at a Star Trek theme optometry office. Well, hey guys, and welcome back to another Illustrator Modeler. I thought I would take a break from model building in this video and share something special with you here. I am here with my friend, Dr. Gary Wada. He's an optometrist in the Anaheim area, and him and I are really good friends. We went to school together. As many of you know, I'm an optometrist as well, but my office doesn't look anything close to this. Dr. Wada has chosen to create a themed office. Many years ago, he started on this journey, and so I'm here to share this with you and to show you around his office and to meet Dr. Gary Wada. Thanks, Gary, for being on.
Hi, thank you for having us.
All right.
Welcome to Wada Optometry.
Yeah, thanks. So tell us a little bit about now, you chose to do a themed office quite a few years ago. What inspired you to do that?
I just wanted to have kind of a different kind of an office than the traditional optometry office, and I gradually hung models up in the corners and just kind of decorated with Star Trek memorabilia, and then a patient took wind of that and said, hey, I can build something really cool for you. He says, I build movie sets on TV movies. And I said, really? So he said, yeah. He said, I did the Grinch and Flight Plan, and he said, I'd be excited to work a project with you, and he did, and he built this structure here on the side here. And then from then on, I just kind of added to the theme, and today we just pretty much have a pretty full set now. So
yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
fantastic.
excited about it.
That's fantastic. You know, we had visited way back in the day when the Star Trek experience was in Vegas, and I remember we'd walk through there going, you know, and I remember you saying, I think I could do this in my office. So is that one of the things that inspired you also, just kind of seeing?
Yep. So I really enjoy it now, and you know, just coming to work, it makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Oh, I imagine so. Yeah, not your routine.
Yeah.
Because my office is very conventional. So, so tell me, when patients walk in the door, many of them are Star Trek fans now that you've reached out, or at least they've reached out to you through Instagram and other things, right? Mm-hmm. But I imagine there are patients here who aren't Star Trek fans. What's the general consensus you get, or general reaction you get when they walk?
I think it's, you know, I can see them in the cameras, but when they come in, they generally just kind of, the first thing they do is you see them doing the pan, and they're looking around and they're saying, oh my gosh, and then the camera comes out and they're taking videos. So just seeing that, it's just kind of exciting. It kind of makes me feel good. And
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and our profession definitely is technology driven, if you will. I mean, it's nice to come into a place and see good technology, but this definitely adds to that as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you know, it's kind of fun too, because people come in, and sometimes people come dressed in Star Trek, and
yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it just kind of makes my day when that happens.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look around his office. He's got a few pieces here that are actually set pieces from the show. One of the pieces here are the set pieces that I believe is from Voyager. Is that right? This is one of the first ones that you obtained.
Yeah, actually, I met a guy who worked on the show, and he was selling it actually on eBay. He said he had some props from Voyager, so I ended up getting this. He had told me it came from Astrometrics on the ship. It's a pretty old piece now, so we've had to refix some of the lighting, and some of the panels were faded.
Right, I remember you redid some of the graphics.
Yeah, so but it's held up pretty well. I don't remember how many years it's been since Voyager. This is the part that you can really see in the show. You know, that the pattern of lighting. And basically, he was saying that they replaced the black parts here with other different screens for putting it in different parts of the ship.
Right. All right. No doubt, you guys will also recognize, of course, the famous Borg Alcove, and this was also used on the show.
This is actually 7 of 9's Borg Alcove. You can actually, if you look real close at the detail of the panel, that's what the original part was from the show. All of this structure was built from a patient, actually a friend of mine. His name's Patrick, and he kind of generated this Borg alcove.
The detail is quite amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
One of the things you start to appreciate as you look at this is all the detail that they did add to these pieces. Yeah, absolutely great. Now we are in the waiting room, which he's configured to look like a bridge set. Is that right? So tell me how you came up with this design.
Well, actually, the same guy who came up with the Borg panel, he actually kind of thought it would be cool to make a little mini bridge here in the office as a waiting room, and I thought that would be a great idea. So that's basically what we did. Over the years, though, I've had to replace the chairs. I had gaming chairs in here initially, and they just got worn, and I ended up just putting these swivel chairs in there to just seem more comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you have like a main viewer here which you can display marketing stuff and
yeah,
that sort of.
I do, and actually sometimes I'll turn on the Voyager or the Next Generation and run it during the day also.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what we got here is a panel here that swings just like the ones you saw on the show, and you can see he's had graphics put into place here. So you found a graphic artist that could do this for you then?
Yeah, actually, I have a friend of mine that does some of the work, and his father does graphics, and he was able to replicate these graphics for me.
Mm-hmm. Now tell me, in the background now you can hear all the different sounds going on here, and he has it configured also, or has it set up so that occasionally you'll hear the computer talking, but also it's all voice response too, right?
Yes it is.
Yeah, so he can call a red alert, or he can call take us out of warp, or those types of different effects.
Computer.
Yes.
Engage.
Wow, and you don't even feel a thing. Okay, where we're at now is this is the side now that faces the waiting room, and so you had these other panels installed as well.
Yeah, these are just side panels. I just wanted a kind of a view of the ship from this angle, and had my friend also replicate some graphics for me, and we kind of used the similar design as we did from the prop from Voyager.
And check this out, he even has a food replicator. Computer, how about a pumpkin spice latte from the 21st century Starbucks? No, that's amazing. All right, well now we're in the dispensary, we call it, and this is of course where you have all the frames for people to look at, and Gary's incorporated the design or the aesthetics into the dispensary here. And I notice you also have a screen here that shows a star field as well.
Yep, I have my space window here. I've always wanted to have a window where we can look out into space.
Yeah, that's great. While you're selecting your glasses, you can, just look at a star field out there and see how far you can see with your new glasses. So this is a newer part of the office. This is the check-in desk, and he's had it designed like a transporter. Oh my God, how did I get here? Well, now we're in what we call a pretest room, and this is where the patient receives preliminary tests. Is that right?
Oh, this is my mini sick bay.
That's right. And you can see you've got all this really nice equipment here. This is all high-tech equipment. And you also have it decorated with various panels with different graphics. Well, now we're in the one of the main exam rooms. It's one of two exam rooms. And if many of you have had, I'm sure many of you have had eye exams before, and maybe even most recently you sat in one where the optometrist was turning all these dials. Well, there's no dials here. This is all high-tech stuff as well. I'm sure patients are impressed with this as well.
Yeah. It goes along with all the high-tech equipment in the office. So it works out
neat.
good.
Very good. So now we're walking down the corridor that leads to the exam lanes, and it really feels like we're on a starship.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a lot of fun just having a cool hallway. I wanted to add more bulkheads, but it just with the doors here and things, it was kind of limited how many bulkheads we can fit in the hallway. But
Right.
It turned out nice.
Yeah, and I notice every now and then you add something new, and your latest addition then is what we're seeing behind us, which is the warp core.
Yep, we just added the warp core probably within the last 6 months. Yeah, so that was always something I wanted to add, and just found a cool graphic, and just got that going. And so it used to be just a mirrored, like a wardrobe mirror door. So,
yeah. No, that looks great too.
Thank you.
Well, actually, this is the latest piece now that you've installed, and this is what now?
This is a thermal scanner. Actually, when COVID broke out and we had to screen patients' temperatures, I had an idea, and I came up with this thermal camera imaging thing, and it's really cool. So when the patients walk in the door, basically will give us a thermal reading, and if they're above 100 degrees, then it triggers a blue alert off of Star Trek.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
neat.
it's kinda
Yeah.
cool.
No chance of being assimilated, though.
No.
Comfortable chair number one.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks, Gary, for coming on the channel. I really do appreciate you taking the time to show us your beautiful office. And so you have a website, right? People can find out more information about your practice.
WadaOptometry.com. You can also look on TikTok and just type in optometry and Star Trek, and you should find my videos.
Yep, I'm sure you guys agree this is an amazing office to come to if you happen to be in the Anaheim area and need an eye exam. I can tell you, you'll be in excellent hands. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave it on the comment section or email me at interstellarmodeler@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.